Hello everyone, I'm Rick Kennedy from Peaceful Fare, and today we'll be making vegan peanut butter balls. Alright, let's get started. The first ingredient you're going to need is vegan peanut butter. You need 1 cup of vegan peanut butter. Today I'm using Earth Balance. The second ingredient is a good quality maple syrup. We need 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. Today I'm using Wapanaki maple. I find is the best maple syrup. And the third ingredient is going to be coconut flour. So it'll be 2 tablespoons. You might not need all of it, so start off with 1 tablespoon. And today I'm using Red Mills coconut flour. You can do this by hand in a bowl and whip it, but I find it's a little bit easier if you use a machine if you have one, or you can use a hand blender as well, or a mixer. So you want to place everything in the bowl, those 3 ingredients. I want to add in 1 tablespoon of the coconut flour and see and go from there. You just want it to come together so it's not too dry or not too sticky. So you want to mix this for 60 seconds. So start off slow, bring it up, depending on how high yours goes. So I have this on about a 4, mixing it on a 4 right now. You just want it to combine together. So as that's mixing, you're going to stop and raise up the bottle. You want to take a look, and you want to see if the consistency is you can be able to roll it into a ball. And right now that's still a little sticky. So we're going to add the remainder of the coconut flour. So the extra tablespoon is going to go in. Turn the machine on once again. Stop the machines. The spatula, scrape down your sides. Make sure all the flour and the maple syrup is all incorporated into the peanut butter. Turn it on again. 30 seconds. I'm going to stop, take a look. I'm going to double check. Now it's pretty good consistency. So from there, we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. Today I'm using Himalayan pink sea salt. Give it another quick mix. Incorporate the salt all the way through. Stop the machine. Pull it up. Scrape off the batter. So if it looks like it's still a little too sticky, we're going to take a little extra coconut flour. And I would say probably another tablespoon of coconut flour. Add it down again, give it another mix. Shut it off, pull it up, same thing, give it a little check. That's a lot better, you can form a good ball. So I'd say 3 tablespoons is probably better. You just want it to come together, you don't want it to be too sticky or too wet. Sorry, not too wet, or too dry. Just to show you. Okay. Now we're going to get our tray and our parchment paper and start rolling out some balls. Okay, now that we let the peanut butter all mixture rest for a few minutes, we just want to make sure that the flour gets all absorbed and incorporated. So let it sit for a little bit, maybe a couple minutes. So now we got our parchment paper on our baking tray. Cool. Give a good tablespoon peanut butter. Pull it off. put it into a ball, place it on a sheet. You want to continue doing all that until you get as many as you can. And then once you're done, you're going to take these and you're going to set them in the freezer. Let them set up for probably about maybe 5-10 minutes. While your peanut butter balls are in the freezer setting up, let them set up for about 5 minutes or a little bit longer while you get the melted chocolate station all set up. So all I have here is I'm using my induction cooktop, so you don't see my back to the stove. So you're going to take a small pot, fill it about halfway with water, place it on about medium heat. You want the water to come up to a bit of a boil, but not a roaring boil. Just enough so that when you place the other bowl with the chocolate in it, it starts to melt. So you're making double boiler is what you're going to do. So next step would be taking the vegan chocolate chunks. So you have 3/4 of a cup, place it in the bowl. I use the Enjoy Life product. It's really good. And to that, you're going to add half a tablespoon of coconut oil. So while the water starts pumping to boil, you can turn it up a little bit higher. So as it starts coming up to heat, take the bowl, place it on top, make a seal. You don't want the water touching the bowl though, because you could scorch the chocolate. All you want to do is melt the chocolate and the coconut oil. So you're going to continue to stir just so it starts to melt. And from there, you're going to remove it from the heat, set it on the pad. Okay, now that your chocolate is melted, it should be nice and flowy. Don't let it cool too much. That's the consistency that you want. So now we're going to get the peanut butter balls from the freezer and we're going to start dipping. Make them smaller, you can make them bigger, all depends on people's preference. Make sure that you set up. So now when you're at this stage, you're going to kind of go a little quick. Give it one last little stir. You take a fork, pick the peanut butter ball up on the fork, place it in the chocolate, move it around, make sure that it's covered, pick it up, place it back on the tray, continue to do the same for the rest of them. Last one. Shouldn't be too much chocolate left over when you're done. Should just have enough. Okay, and from here you're going to place them back in the freezer and let them set up for another 5 minutes. Okay, now but after 5 or 10 minutes or so, the balls are all set up nicely, good coating on them. Don't want to handle them too much because they do melt. So what you can do now is get a container, a little crispy container like here, line it with some parchment paper. Place the balls inside. As I say, this is just a single batch. You can make more if you want to make more. So once inside, just like that, and I would recommend keep them in the freezer because it will melt. The chocolate, unfortunately, there's not a lot of fat in the chocolate, so it does melt pretty easily. But once they're set up and they're frozen, they're delicious. So to do a quality control check, since I made them, I'm going to take one and I'm going to try it. It's really good. Okay, now that you have your peanut butters all done, and I tried one, and delicious. I highly recommend that you try making this recipe. So once again, I'm Rick Kennedy from Peaceful Fare, and I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you for watching.